Hi, I'm Construction Gamer, and this is the UK Northern Powerhouse on Transport Fever 2. This is going to be episode number 9 in the series, and in this episode we're going to make a start on the Chester to Manchester Railway. We've done quite a lot on the East Coast up to now, so I think it's time to head back over to the West Coast and get some of the lines built over there. I'm thinking about the Chester to Manchester line because I want to try and get Manchester to grow a little bit more, because it will be quite an important centre for railways as we develop the Northern Powerhouse rail routes. We are currently on board this Flying Scotsman on the East Coast main line. This route we built in the last episode, all the way from Darlington all the way down to Grantham. We built the whole north-south route in one hit, and it seems to be doing alright. There was a bit of a scare early on. I had to get some bus routes connected up just to try and feed a few more passengers onto this route, but it doesn't seem to be doing too bad now. We've still only got 4 carriages on board, but it seems to be enough, and with the speed and the distances travelled, it seems to be quite a profitable journey. Someone noticed I forgot to turn off the catenary on the stations. It defaults to on, unfortunately, and I will get rid of that at some point until we start electrifying the East Coast main line, which we're still a bit away off doing. So you might notice that the smoke coming out of this steam engine isn't as much as it was. I've got the smoke reduction mod turned on. I think this is a third of what it should be, possibly a little bit less than it should be. Might try the other half mod rather than third and see what that does, but it just makes the screenshots and things look a little bit better rather than having the locomotive and the train completely covered with steam and smoke. So I've got that mod turned on. That should be in my collection, which is in the description below. There's a link to that. If not, I need to update it, but I try and update it as much as I can. So yeah, any of the mods that I'm using on this series, there is a Steam collection which is in the description below. Well, there's a link to it in the description below. So we will jump off that service there. 59 out of 80 is not too bad. Service as a whole is the best performing one, so 4 million, so we don't have to worry too much about money. I've replaced a lot of the passenger carriages. I've kept the Sterling 8-foots for now because they're capable of 70 miles per hour, but they were a bit limited by the passenger carriages that we had up until very recently when I sped the game forward a little bit. So the carriages can do 100, so we're taking advantage of that 70 miles per hour top speed, and I think I'll keep these in service for a bit longer because 70 miles per hour for this time period isn't too bad. So I'm going to keep the locomotives as they are, and they're all pretty much 90-80% full. The Leeds Sheffield, that's jumping up and down. Manchester Sheffield, that's struggling a little bit. I don't know why. I mean, that's almost 80-90% full. So, but they're mostly in profit, so don't need to worry too much. I've replaced all the vehicles as well. All the buses are modern-ish, which has helped with the emissions, especially in Manchester, because Manchester does have a lot of services. So where are we? We're here. We're facing the wrong way. We're going to be facing north, and we want to head over towards the Manchester direction. Now, part of the Chester to Manchester Railway is in. There isn't actually officially a Chester to Manchester Railway. It's formed of different parts of different railways, but if you look on Wikipedia, there is listed a Chester to Manchester Railway. So that is what we are going to start to put in. First things first, we'll get Chester in. Probably unnecessarily demolish that. We need to pause the game before the game has any ideas about building anything. So this time we're going to go with something like that. Building size, don't really care too much. We'll go straight in with 4 platforms, and it's going to be a mainline station, so it needs to be 240 metres long. canopy length, catenary, no. We'll just dump that sort of facing that way-ish, I think. Something like that. We'll put the road in straight away to get this connected up. Yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit more demolition. Can't afford to be in too much of it. I mean, that if that East Coast build we did cost the best part of £100 million, dollars, or whatever we've got, which for this time period is quite a lot of money to be spending, especially with the locomotives and things like that. So yeah, that's not too bad. And then it's not going to be 100% accurate at the minute, catenary. So it wants to start to, yeah, we'll do something like that. It does sort of do something in this sort of direction, where it comes out the south and then heads back up towards Helsby, but possibly quite not so severe in real life. And 71, we'll live with that for now. Most of this alignment, this is fine, that tunnel's fine. All we're going to do is we're going to double track it. I'm going to keep the freight on it for now, because it's still bringing in money, which we need. Yeah, we can unpause the game now. Yeah, we're still looking in pretty poor condition there. Yeah, we still need that freight service just to bring in a little bit of extra cash. But what I want to do is just quickly demolish that, get a station in, building size, small. Oh, the trim. Yeah, you can change. I didn't think you could change it, but I just missed. So tracks 2, platform length 160, because it's not a mainline station. Is it going to let me snap to that? Come on. No, we're going to have to bring the tracks in like that, so we can just see a little bit of a stub, so we can connect, so we can snap the station to that. Be nice if it was straight. I'm not getting any snapping. Yeah, there we are. Good. Right. Chuck that in there. Then we'll come in with the station. Hopefully it will snap to it. Yes. It will. Right. And then we'll just have to come back with some of this track and put it back in. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with the location of this time round, with the tunnel being in the right location. So the tunnel is to the south of the station. The tunnel portal comes out and then you're pretty much into Runcorn East Station. I'll name that straight away so don't forget. Runcorn East. It's nowhere near Runcorn at the minute, but it's not the end of the world. What I want is some road down to this level. Just check that is nice and flat. You can get a bit of a step down from the road to the track, which I don't like the look of. And then we'll try and bring this up. So if no. Bring a road in like that. And this isn't going to really have any catchment at all, I don't think, for now. Probably should put a bus shuttle in or something like that. Try and get that catchment area. But for now I just want to, well, no, don't need to do that, that's a bit unnecessary. yeah, I'll put a bus shuttle in at some point, connecting Runcorn main station with, and I'll unpause the game now, we've got the track back in, connecting Runcorn, the main station, to Runcorn East. We will just do a little bit of smoothing around here, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And oh, there's one house in the catchment. That's going to produce a lot of passengers, I don't think, but never mind. So, right, that's coming out there. Just pause the game again, just while we disrupt this cargo line. That goes off towards Ellesmere Port, so that is going to stay. I don't know if I'm going to put in a Ellesmere Port to Warrington service in. I know there's like one a day or something between Ellesmere Port and Warrington, operated by Northern. And you'd have Helsby Junction around here, and then we're going to put some... What we're going to do? 1944. Should we start to modernise the signalling? I don't think so. Don't know. No. We'll go with some old semaphores for now. You can always look at changing things later on. Can I change these to one way after I've placed them? Which I can. So these want to be one way. Well, that wants to be double slipped, and this one wants to be two way. And then we want to what do we want to do? We'll just use the right track. Oh, we can't. There's no connection. Right, so what we're going to do is a bit more demolition. Yeah, we're going to demolish this bridge. Bring that up to there like that. And then we're going to come in elevated a little bit. And do we have... yeah, we do have metal bridges. I'm pretty sure the bridge over the Mersey is some kind of steel bridge. So we're going to have that. Chuck that in there. Just have that. Is that... No, that should be... That's flat, I think. That corner's a bit slow, but we're coming into a station, so it's not the end of the world. Like so. Building station. Platforms 4. Might just need to knock this back a little bit. That wants to be facing towards Warrington Town Centre. Like so. And that is not central, it is Bank Quay. Right, so now I'm not entirely sure how the freight line links up to the actual main railway, which wants to be heading in any sort of direction really, up there somewhere. Yeah, I'm not entirely happy with that little thing we've got going on there, that little corner, but I think I'm going to live with it. I'm going to bring that over. These might be unnecessary. Yeah, we're going to leave that for now. I'm just thinking about the West Coast Main Line later on, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. I'm just going to get this connected straight into the Liverpool and Manchester Railway, and I'm going to do the junction properly at a later stage. I think I just want to get this in around here, the Newton and Willow sort of area, there is a bit of a weird junction thing. Well, it's not a weird junction, but there's a complicated junction arrangement with the West Coast Main Line passing the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. But I just want to tie that in for now. Could potentially do that as well while we're here, and then we can put in a Liverpool to Warrington Bank Quay service as well, and I know there is one of those in operation. We'll get the signal in now while I remember, and I'm not selecting one way for this. I should be. I'll just do it again, come back and do it like so. Thank you very much. So we've got the opportunity for another service there without really having to spend too much money. I think what we need to do now is something. Right, you're going to have to go. And then we will just... I'm going to have to revisit Manchester main station at some point, but I just want to make sure we can get the services in for now. So I'm just going to put a... Oh, there's not too much slope. Just put a crossing in here. If we select the right... I still can't get used to this user interface. Right, maybe this will work this time. Better. I'm just going to push this track back a little bit. See, hopefully that connects up nicely. Good. Signal facing the right direction, like so. Sorted. I think we're pretty much done, aren't we? We've got Runcorn East, we've got Warrington Bank Quay, which needs a road of some description. Just make sure that... No, that's not right, is it? Why can't you just be at the correct height? Nice and level, like that. And then we need to tie the freight loop back in. Not the loop, just the freight line. Yeah, I think once we start worrying about the West Coast Main Line and things like that, we probably might start to wind down the fuel operation that we've got running, because it's just at the minute it's just a money maker while we start to phase in these passenger services, and the passenger services seem to be making money on their own anyway without having to worry too much, like so. So that's all tied in. Maybe a little bit of smoothing around here. Yeah, I'm not entirely happy, but I've got to tie in the West Coast Main Line at some point anyway, so this probably will be looked at again, I reckon. Freight. So we'll just put in a bit of a curve. Let's take a look what that looks like. Rubbish. There's no need for that to look rubbish. Looks better. Just bring that round there. Did I bring that right across? I did. So double slip that. Put in a signal. That one wants to be one way. Yes, this one doesn't. This one wants to be two way. Hopefully that should be enough, and I think if I can unpause the game now, put in a new line. I want to start getting rid of some of these buses as well. We've got loads of bus services in operation at the minute, which I will have shuttles operating within the actual towns themselves, but the actual city to city bus services could not find connection. Yes, you can. Have I? missed something. Yeah, I've completely missed the second piece of track, which is not ideal. Chuck that in there. Hopefully this should solve the issue, which it hasn't. One-way signal into Chester, like so. Come on now, it's not difficult. Right, so coming into Runcorn East, terminals, you want to be... Has that fixed it? Why? Why isn't it fixed it? What is the issue? Right, coming to Warrington Bank Quay. Yeah, completely the wrong side there, aren't you? 4. Still not fixed it. Why? Yes, it has. Look, it's fine. Oh, Manchester Stockport. That's still not happy. I don't know why. Right, put this road back in, shall we? Stop that moaning at me. Like so. Country road. Yeah, that one. Chuck that in there. Hopefully that should fix that issue, but I don't understand why. I bet you it's trying to go to some mad platform at Chester. Terminals. Yeah, platform 1. No. Thank you. Should help if we name that as well to I was tempted to use the 3 character station codes, but I do need to look them up before I start doing that, so we'll just chuck that in there for now. Bit of smoothing, tiny bit of smoothing there, just to take off any harsh angles that it might have generated, like there. Like that. What? Oh, autosave. So we probably want to put in another signal just in the middle of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway, I guess. Can this connect up to that station? It can, so we don't have to build another depot. Back to here, what are we doing? Just this little bit here, just a bit of smoothing. Don't think we need any more signals in anywhere. Right, so where was I? Here. Chuck another one in here. And then we will get a locomotive on the go. Let's see how much this is going to cost us. I think I'm going to go for the Stirling again. Passenger wagons. We will go 1, 2, 3. Oh, 6 million, that's not too bad. Buy one of those. Set that going. I think we'll just have two trains on this. We'll buy another one. We will select that, speed the game up and wait for him to get to Chester. And then we will put another train on so that the correct sides of the route. Yeah, I'm not completely happy with that. Might just move it a little bit this corner here and then bring Helsby Junction a little bit further over towards here. I'm not happy with that S. I don't think it's right, but I will double check the route. Not sure what sort of catchment has... Oh, Warrington's got quite a good catchment, that's not too bad. Where are we? That one, you want to have maintenance of 25% just to keep those emissions down. Just select him again, just so we can see when he arrives in Chester. We can release this one onto the route. So we've used pretty much most of that route that we put in for the Ellesmere Port to Warrington fuel service. How much fuel have we got waiting there? Got a bit. I upgraded the vehicles finally to something a bit more modern, but I just sold a few because obviously they've got greater capacity and greater speed. You don't need as many vehicles. Right, so we got 48 miles an hour, 50. It's getting up quite a good speed along here. Yeah, we're already going faster than the slower passenger wagons. That corner was a bit too steep, so yeah, I'm going to redo that at some stage. Almost gets up to 70 just before he arrives into Chester, and then we release the other vehicle. Don't think that's going to give us an accurate journey. 7 minutes. I think I want to aim for something around the 7-minute mark for services. I think. So yeah, we've got people waiting already, which is good. And if we slow the game down a little bit, we might be able to get the train. 12 people, which for the very start of the service isn't actually too bad. I think you are going to have to be upgraded to something a little bit quicker. So it is to Warrington. Replace vehicle, let's see, cargo. No, there's still 50 miles per hour, which he's doing anyway. So actually we're going to speed the game up. I just want to see how fast this goes because I don't want it holding up with passenger services too much. $50 miles an hour being the top speed of the wagons obviously, but if he struggles to get up to that 50 miles per hour, then we can help him along with maybe a new locomotive, but we shall see. I thought in Transport Fever 1 that, wow, that's pretty ugly. That needs to be redone straight away. Yeah, I was pretty sure in Transport Fever 1 that stations acted almost like block sections with signals in the stations, but it doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I wanted the tunnel to stay a little bit longer. Something like see what that does. I think we've got a bit off course, haven't we? We've got an unnecessary wiggle in the track. Right, bring that back. Just keep it straight. No, stop it. Right, so pause the game, that might help, and then bring that up to there. Why is there a little wiggle in it? It doesn't need a wiggle. It looks a bit better anyway. Yeah, what was I saying? I thought stations acted as block sections, but they don't seem to, so I'm going to put some signals on the end of here, because that should have released that freight train by now. See what sort of speed he gets to. Yeah, he's struggling a little bit. He should would have thought he'd be up to speed by now. 30. Yeah, that's going to slow things right down. So we are going to, I think, replace him while we're here. So it's that one. So no, what we can do, we can configure vehicles now, can't we? on the move, which some people don't seem to like. It is quite handy though, to be fair. I forgot what locomotive we had on it. What is it? It's one of them, whatever that is. Right, okay, scrap that idea. Go away. I want to see what locomotive that has. Configure. No, don't oh, sugar. Yes, just wasted a load of money. Right. Clone. Edit. You are a one of them. What is it? An A35? Yes. So you got 1,360 horsepower. You've only got that. What's the old Sterling got? 890. Yeah, so it's pretty powerful, to be fair. Old London Midland Railway 1500. 2,000. That's, I think, pretty much overkill, and that's going to cost me a fortune to run as well. I think what we'll do, because what's power's mediocre, get rid of one of them and chuck another one on the end. I think that is going to start to lose money, so we have the oil thingy mabob. Yeah, if that starts to lose money, then it really kind of negates the whole idea of the service in the first place, but don't want it getting in the way. Why are you only doing 30? That's better. 33, come on. Yeah, if this starts to lose a serious amount of money, it kind of negates the whole idea of this being the money-making service, but at the same time, I don't want freight trains holding up my passenger services. So I think I might just scrap this whole oil thing at some point. I mean, it has got other hello, why are you losing money? Slow down. Right. What's that? Fuel Warrington to Liverpool is losing money. It shouldn't be. Vehicles. Fuel. Right, okay, if we get rid of a couple of these, there's probably too many vehicles on the same route. Yeah, I think this service has served its purpose now. Considering we've got some quite good passenger services in operation, I think the whole oil operation has sort of served its purpose. So I think I might get rid of that at some stage. But yeah, we've got the Chester to Manchester Railway, and let's see what Manchester is doing. We've improved the emissions a little bit by upgrading the buses. That was, I think it was minus 40% at one point. We've got 1,600 destinations, so we've got 70% uplift there. So yeah, still not, I wouldn't say it's massive considering what we've got going on here. I'll wait for Chester to bed in, that might improve things a little bit, but yeah, I want Manchester to be quite big, because it is going to be at the centre of quite a few services. Why is there 103 people waiting there? Right, that's a turn up for the books, because that was suffering, that service, Manchester via Woodhead. Still not one of the most profitable, but there's a lot of people waiting, and they're going to start complaining of overcrowding soon. So while we're here, trains Manchester to Sheffield via Woodhead. Edit vehicles, don't clone them. And we will add to that, add to that, add to that. Modify. it's good that there's people waiting, but I'm just a bit surprised because it's not the most profitable of routes. I bet you the power of this now is quite poor though. Edit. Mediocre. Yeah. Live with it. I think that will do. I think this episode is done. Just seem to be rambling on a bit now. Yeah, so we've done the Chester to Manchester Railway. I'm going to leave you with the journey across that service. So yeah, going to leave it there for today. I'm going to say until next time, bye bye.